Alright, hello. This lesson is going to be on using Booleans in our programs, and Boolean is a lowercase letter variable. It's a primitive type. So remember, primitive are just really basic variables in Java. So the ones we've learned about, like our int and double, are probably the main two we've learned about. And then so Boolean is like another primitive type, and in fact, it's probably the most basic type of variable there is, because it can only have two values, true or false. All right, so it's basically just something that is true or false, like a light switch. And you can imagine you know there's lots of data we'd want to track that is either just true or false. So like one example would be like a game being over. The game is either over or it's not. So if you want to keep track of if the video game was done or not, you could just use a Boolean for that. All right, so if you want a definition, Boolean is a primitive type that can be either true or false. So it only has two values, true or false. Okay, and here'd be an example of how you create them. It's just like an int. You do the type, then the name, and then whatever initial value you want. All right, and so here's some examples, like the game being over, whether a player has a sword or not, whether they're logged in, right? So a lot of applications might track if the user is logged in or not. If you have more numbers in like a sequence of numbers or something, or if someone is passing class or not. Remember too, with variables, you don't always have to give them initial value. So you could start like Boolean is passing, right? Like at the beginning of the year, maybe it's not set to true or false because nothing's really happened yet. So you could just create it like that, and then you could set it later on. So you could say is passing equals true later on, right? And then obviously you could change it later if you needed to. So you could say is passing now becomes false because we failed the test or something, right? So you don't always have to give it an initial value, but most of the time, 90% of the time when I make a variable, I give it an initial value. Okay, so Boolean is just a true false, and you can see there'd be lots of examples of where you might have this in a program. All right, so I'd have you pause the video here and see if you can sketch out. You could either type this up in an editor, or you could just write it out on a piece of paper. Answer these three questions and then unpause the video. Okay, so this variable is clearly about Mr. Westpatal. So we would do Boolean for the type, is funny for the name, and we would set it to false, considering it's about Mr. Westpatal. And is awkward, you would set that to true for sure for me. So the Boolean is awkward equals true. All right, so let's see when we program the tracks what they eat at lunch. Okay, so this is kind of tricky if you don't know a ton about nutrition, but you could do, I mean, there'd be lots of them, like Boolean is hot lunch, right? Could be either true or false, like if they usually eat hot lunch. We could do a Boolean is vegetarian, sorry, I probably spelled that wrong. So you could set that to true or false. You could do Boolean is vegan. Okay, you could do like a whole bunch of different ones. You could do like gluten sensitivity, right? Any of those things would be like either a true or a false variable. All right. So you can see they come up in a lot of different programs. All right. So just so you know, like the main purpose of Booleans, they're used in what's called like if statements, conditional statements, which is I believe chapter 3. And so basically, like we could say we only want to ask them what they want for lunch today if they're eating hot lunch, right? Otherwise, if they have cold lunch, they're just going to go on their way and eat their lunch. So our program could keep track of do they eat hot lunch or not, and then if it's true, so this says if it's true that they eat hot lunch, if this is a true variable, then we say what do you want to eat today? All right, so we're going to use Boolean logic a lot when we do these if statements. It also come up in chapter 4. There's something called a while statement. So while is just code that runs over and over and over again until while some condition is true. So we could have a game like while the player still has health, we keep playing. So we could have a Boolean, do they have health or not? And we could say while there is health, keep playing the game, and maybe in the game at some point the health would become 0, and then we would change the variable to be false, and then this code would stop running. So that's called a while loop, right? And so basically what happens is you play the game, and then once they run out of health, you could say has health equals false. So originally it was true, and the loop would run, and then once it's no longer true, it becomes false, this loop breaks, and then it goes down to the next set of code below this loop, right? So that's a while loop, and another example where you want to use Boolean. Okay, so with Boolean logic, this is getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, but you can do like more complex if statements. So you can do what's called like and, which is ampersand, ampersand, and or, and then something called not. So like this code would say if they're female and have glasses. So this code would run down here only if they're female and glasses. So usually in class I have people stand up, everyone that fits this category, right? And that is different than or if I do female or glasses, right? There's going to be more people standing up in the second one because you can be a female or have glasses, right? And then in this case, if we thought about who would stand up here, right? This would be if you are not female. So any non-females would stand up here. Okay. So also when you do these ifs, you can do like sort of math operations. So like you can run some code if x is greater than y, or if the two variables are equal, or if they're not equal, right? So this is again getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, but please know that like you can have like true false statements here, and this will evaluate whether this is true or false, and then run the code dependent on that. Okay, so I have one little check here to see if this makes any sense. So we have three Boolean variables: is friend is true, is hilarious is false, is left-handed false. Okay, so this could maybe be Nick Atkins here or something. He's our buddy, but he's not hilarious, and he's not left-handed. So see if you can figure out, will these be true or false? If I do this variable and this one, what do you think, true or false? Pause the video, give it a shot. All right, so first one is going to be false, because how AND works is all of these things have to be true. This and this and this. And since one of them is false, is hilarious is false, this whole statement is now false. Or is sort of the reverse of that. We can be is friend can be true, or is hilarious can be true, or left-handed can be true. So as long as any one of those are true, the whole statement will evaluate to true. So is friend is true, and that's enough to make the whole thing evaluate to true. Okay, so we're doing a little bit of order operation, so we can break it down. So this is friend or is hilarious. So that by itself is going to be true, because is friend is true. So this parenthesis is true, but then we have to AND that with is left-handed, which is false. So now we have true and false, and that'll evaluate to false, because if either part is false, it's false. All right, so last one is friend. So kind of similar idea. So is friend, which is true, but and 10 greater than 10. Well, 10 is not greater than 10, so that's false. So we have true and false, and so that whole thing will evaluate to false, because for and, both of the parts have to be true in order for it to be true. All right, we'll do more on this later, but I thought, you know, as we introduced chars, that's really, sorry, not chars, Booleans, that's really their use, is to make like little true false statements and then use them in if statements, right? Use them in these little if statements, as we've seen throughout this lesson. All right, that is all. Thank you for watching.